strem を nlifes upp を rt untal theadd マンスは x を cicd
Hello, hello, and welcome back to another live stream. It's Friday. I'm sad, and it's Friday, because that means 2 more days and then work. It's been so nice. It's unpaid. Like it's. I want money, so like, yeah, I guess, man. It's been so nice. It is what it is. But I hope you all have had a lovely day. Hope you're having a good Friday. I am genuinely excited to work on the game. I was like tempted to just stream earlier today and just to work on the game, because I'm excited about all the stuff that I figured out with the enemies. I want to finish the UI stuff. There's so much I want to do, and I was like, I'm gonna do that earlier, and then I never did, mostly because I was like, you know what, there's some stuff that I should just do like off stream. So like, I got a bunch of icons ready and exported some images for the stuff we're doing on stream today, which is kind of the keyword icons being displayed. So that's going to be the plan for that, and we can go from there. So that's the plan. And then we can go from the icons being displayed to the actual how the keyword information is being displayed, because I want to have icons for that, and it's a whole thing. Should be good. So yeah, good stuff like that. Hopefully good stuff. Other than that, should we get into it already? Yeah, I don't see why wait. Let's do this. Okay, so first of all, I made some icons. Let me actually just bring them in here. There's going to be our keyword icon. Why is the S button just not behave sometimes? This keyboard's super nice, but I feel like it's a lot of times some of the keys get like don't get pressed until I like really shove it down. So I don't know why. I don't like it. Bang. I love how they all come in looking black. Look. There we go. So there's the textures. Why are they all 256 by 256 and this one's 126 by 222? Oh, it's because I had that layer selected when I exported it. It's not a big deal, but it would just make it easier if they were all the same size. Let's fix that. Not hard to fix. Just gotta do it. Document setup? How do you do like canvas size? Resize. Control Alt I, or here, Control Alt C. So this is 256 by 256. Center, resize, save. Hey, face over face, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. There we go. Now it's all consistent. We're thinking about using gas for the project? No. Why would I? That's C++. We don't do C++ here. That'd be crazy. Plus C++, it would give me absolutely nothing and make me redo everything, which just seems like a giant waste of time. Yeah, there's no C++ zone. Exactly. This is a safe space. So yeah, these are the icons that I have. So we have enfeebled, a frail, unstackable, vulnerability, weapon, and they all go inside of this thing. And then I can change the color. I'll also set up to change the color, change whatever. So that's gonna be the plan. So, let's close some tabs that we are not gonna be using right now. Probably can close everything except the card one, is my guess. At the current moment. Yeah. I'm just gonna stick with this because that's all the main one I need. I might want to add this system to the deck cards. Probably want to add it to the deck cards as well. So that way here you'd also see the icon. So it'd be here, add here. But for sure on this version, and then maybe on this one. But I don't know, maybe I don't want to add more to make it dirty. We'll see. Okay. So, hey Kane, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Kind of regret a little of not using gas for your game. You built a lot of systems that it already has, and some you were too lazy to build them in fully dynamic way. That bites you a little bit. I mean, depends on the kind of game you're making. For me, I don't like Leah, who's in the community, has started using gas, and the way it's set up, I'm happy I'm not using it because it sounds like a big pain in the butt. Like I don't want separate actors for everything. I don't want any of that. I don't need it. So for what I'm doing, I'm very happy with my setup. I can adjust it. I know how everything's set up. I can add or remove functionality as I need it. I'm perfectly happy with it. Plus, I've learned how to do it all, so I'm just better off with it, with that knowledge now. Let's go with... Come on, user widget. This is going to be the keyword icon. And then we'll need another one that's keyword icon. I guess I don't need another one because I can just populate them on a grid. So this is going to take... I'll just use a comment lazy image. That's fine. You. I don't even need a common lazy image. Probably not. Probably not, but. Let's make it dark. Let's just make it fully transparent. It'll just be invisible until it's loaded in. Gas needs a lot of pre-work with setting up stuff first, so Gas needs C++ knowledge. You have above Diva a system with objects instead of structs, so it holds data and validates itself, but that's basically how Gas does it. Yeah, I don't use objects for anything. I start at the very beginning, I tried using objects for my abilities and I hated it, and I don't use objects for anything. I don't like the object system. I don't want dozens or hundreds of objects, and the way I have things working, it just doesn't make sense to do that, because I can have everything work with everything. So you can't, so everything would be a unique thing anyway. And then when you just like, it makes it a headache. Like I just need like enable a gameplay tag and call it a day. You know, a lot of if else checks everywhere. I mean, that's just a branch. Branch isn't hard to do. Check for gameplay tag. Do you have it? Use this value. Otherwise, use this value. You need to basically do that anyway, effectively. But yeah, what I'm doing, I'm perfectly good. Hard to keep up with it. Not if you're the one making it the way you want to. If you're the one who's making it, it should be very easy to keep up with because it is you're using your logic. So if you understand it, you should be able to use it very easily, right? You made it. If you're using someone else's system, then yeah, it might be hard to understand what they're doing. But if you're the one making it, I mean, this should be like the easiest thing. Why don't I see the preview of the loading brush instead? Why don't I see... So here. I don't see anything here. Like, I would like to see the preview. Is that not Show loading. Well, why is the loading one show? Oh, loading. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. Loading throbber brush. The fuck is a loading throbber brush? On a brush. That's why I couldn't see the damn thing. God damn it. Loading background brush, loading throbber brush. I don't know. You know what? I'm just not gonna question it. Just not gonna question it. Not if you do it with objects. It's basically polymorph. I don't know what polymorph means. I know what polymorph is a thing in terms of games or abilities or something like that. I don't know what you're referring to though. And with objects, it becomes a headache, depending on what you're doing. I don't like objects. I tried, didn't like it. It's not that you made it, you have to maintain it also after 1 year, not looking at it. Yeah, but why are you not touching it for a year? Then that's the question. Because that means that you've made it was perfect the very first time you did it, and you haven't touched it for a year. So it's perfect. And you need to, like, no matter whether it's gas or something else, you still need to remember how it's set up. It doesn't matter if you're the one who set it up or not, because you still need to remember, oh, how was this set up? Right? I don't see the difference. Let's actually, change this to it only. Okay, so this is going to be our background. Set brush tint color. And rotate variable. This is going to be our background color. Expose and spawn, please. Let's not have it be magenta pink by default. Hey, no name, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Why use whatever gases? People should know how their own stuff are set up. What? Why use whatever gases? Because it's built in and has a lot of functionality. It's like just using part of the engine. It's like not using PCG. Yeah, you can make your own system, but you know, PCG is there. You know, it's easier to use it, but you still remember how it's set up. But the difference is PCG doesn't require C++, and for you to have a C++ project, GAS does. That's really the main reason, the main difference. Because that's a big one. Okay, so we have the ability to tint this down. We need also, let's use another common image on top of it. This is going to be the icon. Let's use one of them by default. There we go. Do I want to use one of them by default? That's fine. If that gas is working without C++, no. You have to have a C++ project and you have to enable gas through C++ still. which means that because your project now has to be C++ project, when you upgrade, you now have to deal with compiling your project and then dealing with all of that. And if you're like me, who knows no C++, or, you know, not AUR enough to be able to like figure out if there's a problem, that's just a non-starter. Like, the argument starts and ends there, right? How big do we want this? I guess I'll change the size after. Set brush. This is going to be the icon. Icon texture. Expose on spawn. I'll give it a default. Okay. C++ is for engine developers? No, C++ is just for people who are programmers or know how to program. That's all. Welcome in, Gregory. Hope you're doing well. You started with your own system because it's your first year with Unreal, so you'll learn also stuff doing it yourself. Yeah, that's the beauty of, you know, solo dev, is you get to learn how to do all this stuff. Oh, Patrol. Welcome. Hi. YouTube no longer lets you have that name? Why? You no longer change your name on YouTube? I imagine you should be able to. Odd. Very odd. You prefer C# over Blueprints, but Unity was too crappy, so it's Unreal, and you would rather learn C++ than using crappy Unity editor? There you go. How do you think I got this name? I'm not sure what you mean. You said it? I imagine. It's not like it's gonna put in random words and random things. I imagine like the ending probably is just, you know, it added because there were other people named the same, but otherwise I imagine you just put it in your name. Jesus Christ, man.
Jan, I have a free copy of game saying it comes out.
It'll be a while. We can work on that. Jesus Christ, man. You didn't have to. Thank you so much. You could have had it for less in that regard. That voice. It's a random voice every time. Investment for the future when the game costs over 100, so he pays now. True, once GTA 6 comes out and costs, you know, hundreds of dollars, multiple, people will realize, oh yeah, well, and then in comparison, 100 will be nothing. To do a grid, I don't need to do a grid, right? I could do a grid, but there's no reason to. Just do a vertical box. Used to be like here. For not being around, you don't need to apologize. You have a life. I don't expect you to be here. Whole living on a boat thing sort of derailed your video game developer aspirations. Hey, as long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters. Video game development isn't going anywhere. If anything, the ability to work on a video game is secondary to like living a life and maybe the boat, because you could make a video game in 50 years. Having a boat that lasts that long that you're able to enjoy, I feel is harder to maintain. So don't you worry. Why is it's so big? It used to be smaller. It used to be not so big. Okay, here we go. Now, let's see about where we're putting this. And how many we're and how big they are. Probably needs to be smaller still. This allows you to have like 5, but I feel like it's too big. Yeah, like I guess there'll never really be that many, but I feel still they're a bit big. Obviously, they're not going to be bright, but I feel like maybe a little bit smaller still. It's like 25. That feels better. I think that's better in terms of the size. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now we get to populate it, but first, where is the reference of add keyword descriptions? This. So this whole thing is going to be different. But what's not going to be different is the fact that we need to have all the information inside here. So this needs more information. So this currently has the description, the keyword, description value, if it has a value. But hold on. This is... No, this is the keyword description. This is not the right one. I wanted... This is to display the keyword descriptions. Yeah, this is the one that... If I put this back... This is... This. that is way too big now. That's this part, which we'll also need to customize and make not like this. Also, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna scroll by holding right click. Also, maybe I won't have the descriptions appear here, and I'll instead have the description appear here on this version up here because it's gonna be bigger. I don't know. That's a thought, actually. But that's not what we want to do. We want to, I guess, still use this. You might as well use the same data table. Right, that's all the keyword info. So we need a few things. So we need the keyword description, description value. Then we need the icon. So this is going to be a, let me just get the right type. Texture 2D. Soft reference. Okay. Then we also need the color. Icon background color. And this is what? Linear color. Nice and simple, okay. We'll make the color full white by default. I think that's all we need, right? That's all we're setting here. Just the icon and the that. Is there anything else I want to modify? I don't think there is. Just those two. Okay. So now here, let's go ahead and populate the stuff. So feebled, icon, frail, icon, unstackable, vulnerability, and I think this is one. Okay, and then the color. So the curse ones should be red. Do I want them? Oh, this is not a curse one. Do I want them to all to have different colors? I think that might be nice. I think it might be nice to have them be having different colors, because then you can tell what it is right off the bat. The curse ones might be all the same. But the main ones might be different. We'll try it. We'll try it. Okay. So what we need to do then is, when we do add keyword descriptions, I guess I'm going to change this to add keywords, because this is going to do both the descriptions and the icons, because we might as well have both. Let me just double check what the visibility one's doing. Yeah, that's all fine. Okay, so in the vertical blocks, we can go ahead and remove all of these. This is going to be our keyword icons. Clear children, first of all. So every time it starts fresh. And then we go ahead and go through all of the gameplay text it has. I guess, okay, just copy most of this. So we need this, and this, and you. Need you. Yeah. Is the same data table. So for each one of them, let's go ahead. We want the icon. We want the item background color. So create the widget. It really doesn't need the owning player, but whatever. It does not need the owning player. So go in here, and now we plug in the icon, and we plug in this thing. And once it's created, we just need to do add child. Oh, we should make add padding to it. Set padding. Just to have a little bit of padding, like maybe like 2 pixels bottom. Hey Mike, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. So we have nothing here anymore. I'm doing all right. Hey, look at that. Unstackable icon. And if we go to where the weapons are, look at that. I think that's pretty nice. I think that's pretty nice. I think the colors are a little bit too intense, probably, but it's hard to say. But it's working. Now, I need to also tint it here because otherwise this is full brightness, so we don't want it to be full brightness. So when so we need to tint it on when selected. Now, something we ran into, right, is the fact that it doesn't tint the image here. So I think I'm going to change it from tinting like the actual layers to just having effectively a black image on top that just tints. Theoretically should be possible. The only thing I would need is just an image of the entire thing. Okay, let's do... Yeah, so I don't want to do this brush tint color stuff here. So all of this is going to be off. This is going to be off. And instead, we're going to take the not card image. We need not you. Is it this? No. No, we should be able to do it with a big rectangle. Should be able to do it with a big rectangle. Excuse me. If I just grabbed a regular image and then just threw it right here. And we just need it to be the same size as this. Pretty much. Bunk. So now we can say I want it to be full dark. And we can effectively tint the entire thing darker. This. Now, I need this image to be further down. There you go. And this is going to be, what do we call it? Image darken layer. I don't know. That's fine. So all we need to do is basically control the alpha. So we can do set tint. Make here, and then make here. Actually, I'll just set up one of them first. So when it's available, it is 0 alpha, and we'll make it pretty dark. Doesn't really matter because it's pretty dark. And then otherwise, it is going to be the same thing, but just like 0.8 alpha. Almost. Let's make this pure black. And let's do like 0.9. Okay, too dark, but pure black is correct. It needs to go a little further. Crap. .85, and then let's go back to the designer. Yeah, we need to get it a little bit bigger. 5. Yeah, that should do it. There we go. Just a little bit. I'll move these icons just a pixel to the right. That's fine. It's a little bit close to the edge anyway. Yeah, look at that. So now it actually darkens this thing as well. Okay, cool. That's a lot better. Which means I probably can get away with now making these not as dark, these icons. We don't want to make them bright, but I could get away with making them not as dark. I hate that I'm modifying this stuff here. Yeah. I think that reads a little bit better. Even though it's brighter, it still reads, I feel better. Okay. Sweet. Let's take a look here. I think that's nice and clean. Okay. And it works with multiple. Do I want to change the color of... I like the orange. I don't think I like this color. Thankfully, we can change it. What do we want for the weapon? Oh, we have the weapon here, so you can see it. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, orange, yellow, kind of, they're both closer. We can always, again, modify the colors for this. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is modify this thing. So this shows the description of it. But what I want to do is change it to one, fit. Kind of important, fit. The other thing is I wanted to show the icon and then the description, or icon name description. Why is this showing a tiny thing and then a big... What? That's what it looks like. Why is it displaying it the way it is? Not that I mind, it's just a preview, but yeah, it's all the same. Oh, because it's telling you to go with the full size here, but not the full size here. Should be the same result, but yeah, same result. Sweet. Okay. Let's go back. We can go ahead and get rid of all this. Get rid of this. That's much cleaner. And you know what? I wish I could have, like, this is something I want from Unreal. I want to have functions, like local functions, basically. Like, I don't need this. If I, this twice, I could, right, have this be exposed and this exposed. I only need, no, I see this one thing exposed, right? If I just want to modify it and then just set it based on these. But I don't want to make it a full function that's just available everywhere. I only need it in here, and I don't care enough to make it a full function. So it'd be nice to have local functions. Just a function that it lives just in here. Not gonna get it, but I would like it. Okay, so add keywords. Add keyword icons. Add keyword descriptions. You collapse to node? Yeah, but if you do collapse to node, when you duplicate it, right, it's not the same one. Right? If you do just collapse nodes, right? So now if I duplicate it, right, it's a new collapsed graph. A function means I can modify this one, and it would also modify it here. But this is a second one. It doesn't make an instance of it like a function does. I want it to have the functionality of like a function where I can do that. But yeah, I know I can just collapse it, but that's not what I mean. Unless there's a hidden collapse thing where I can make duplicate collapse nodes and have them be still referenced to each other that I don't know about. I'd be interested to find out. Yeah, let's see. So, so the descriptions. Okay, so we want to really go to and open up the setup. So, first of all, size box. What is the size of our card? That's question 1. Width is 230. So let's go and change the width to be 230. So what is, if I want to keep something the same ratio, 230 divided by 650 is 0.35. So let's make it 72 and 227. I love how I changed these values and nothing has changed. Oh, because it's set to custom, not desired. Okay, that's why. Okay, now it's fixed. Next, border. We don't want such a big corner radius anymore. It's not the best, aesthetic to this, but it's fine. You know what? We'll make this color adjust to the color of the icon. So the border color will be the color of the icon background. That will help. So we are changing the brush tint. That's easy to do. Set brush tint color. Make default it to white, and this is going to be the border color. Exposed. Okay. Then I want an icon. So let's wrap this with a horizontal box. Horizontal box will have far less padding. Be like this. The text will be aligned. And then we want a place the image on the left. Let's throw in. Ooh, okay. So I need both of the frame and the icon. So what we're gonna do is come here, copy all three of those, paste it here. All right, I'll do something like this. Do I want it on top, actually? Do I want just top right or top left? I guess probably not, because it's not like I can have the text wrap like around it. That'd be nice. Freaking Microsoft Word, you could just have text wrap around an image, or but doing that with UMG is much more difficult. Let's also make the background now brighter, so we can read it with a black text. Excellent. Give it a bit of padding on the right. I guess I just need padding on the left, really. Text. Or and then I needed to auto wrap. Or not auto wrap, but like manual wrap. I want wrap. Could I have the height of it, of this background, adjust automatically? If I don't do a height override, I could. Right? This will just make it automatically adjust to however much text I put in. Yeah, okay. That's a lot better. Yeah, we'll do that. There's no reason to have all the empty space. That seems good to me. So we'll have the icon, and then we'll have the description. It will use the default here, which is fine. The default is set to Roboto of 9. We'll see how it reads. It should read fine. Let's find out. Yes. We can already see it. Okay, what am I doing? Description. We replace variable with the value. We do set description, set text, it just be that. So, why are you huge? Why are you huge? So this is fine, right? So this is now using the correct information. So it's happening beforehand. So the problem is somewhere here. Hey, Summer, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so the problem has to be here. Why? How is it still doing all of that? Oh, hold on a second. I probably hard-coded that in, didn't I? I did. That's how. Okay, so let's turn off.
Timeline on lockdown while Twitch reminds us that food delivery exists.
Hello, Ermanson. Hello, Erman. How's it going? I'll be doing well. Happy Friday, guys. Close. Thanks for lying. I appreciate it. It's Friday. Yeah, a lot of people don't have capitalization in their names, so makes it hard to say. Harmon without the H is correct pronunciation. Okay, so it is two names. Yeah. It's Erman. Sign in. Or Mansonen. Your health bar used to be a progress bar, but you decided you want your life more complicated. You made it hearts. But those heart break into 4 smaller heart sections on it, so it's 5 per heart. 100 max health, so 20 hearts, that breaks 5 times. You've definitely overcomplicated it, because you can still have it be a progress bar, but make the progress bar be an image that has heart-shaped cutouts, so it looks like there's hearts, but it's just a progress bar, and then you just have it chunked down in specific increments to round to whatever. And then so it will look like it's chunking in like half heart or whatever. But really it's, it's that percentage. So like you could have it be like, if you wanted like 5 hearts, you just have an image with 5 hearts on it, or one image that's tiled 5 times. Right? And then you have your max health be 5 or 10, depending if you want like half increments. And then it will auto do it for you. That, and then you still use the progress bar. I'll keep the keyword description one. Let's replace this. Clean this up. I forgot that this is where I put the descriptions and all that stuff. That's okay. So now, if we take a look at the card format, here we go for the keyword descriptions, and this is no longer freaking huge. This needs to be, sure, we can keep it on. Let's do this one. Bold 10. Okay. The white here needs to be a different color. The text there needs to be a different color. But that's looking good already. What color do we want it to be? Probably just make it black. Just make it bold. Okay, maybe not that bold. And also that shadows needs to go away. Hundred max health is 20 hearts that break 5 times. So every heart has 5 like notches. Yeah. So you can use a progress bar. You're not smart like that, so you created 100 images. They hide all when hit. Then only show the ones that match the progress. I mean, as long as it works, it's all that matters in the end. Is there also a spacing issue at the end where cards kind of overlapping? What you talking about? Where cards kind of overlapping. No, not following. Not following. We need to bring this in. Let's make this like 225. Or actually, let's make it like, yeah, let's try 223. And let's make this one is not tiling enough, or is not wrapping enough. Let's try that. How they pop up on the screen? What about them? I think I need to go back to the other font. Go back to Roboto. That font's not working great. It doesn't read as well. Yeah, that's just easier to read. Yeah, that seems better. It needs padding here. Also, maybe a little bit more in. they kind of overlap but planned. Maybe? So I'm not following what you mean by what part is overlapping, because I don't see anything overlapping. But if it looks like it's planned, then that's probably planned. And definitely not a mistake anywhere. Mistakes, they never happen here, so it checks out. That all checks out. Let's go with 215. And then you could try there. You can still try keeping it wrapped there, but I think it's just too much padding on the left. Right, so that works. Okay. I think I want it to be inside the card. So, hold on. It's size blocks, which so it should fit right. But what is the keyboard? Not keyboard icons. Keyboard descriptions. Yeah, don't have it be just centered, please. Centered, top. Oh, there we go. Now it's actually putting them in the correct ways. Okay, so now I can go back to it being lighter. That's why it wasn't shrinking. Freaking alignment stuff, as always. Let's make it 219. We'll see how it is. Okay, back figure now. I think that's fine. I think you just need to drop it down a little bit and then make sure there's a gap between all. So what we can do is here, we'll drop it down top 5. And then in here, in the size, we can't do it on the size box. Overlay. Bottom padding 5. Yes, but I think the top padding is good. But I think the padding in between here isn't great. So what we can try doing then is instead of giving this padding, I want to give it a background tint, basically. So we'll throw in a regular image. It'll be the background of everything. I guess I do need to make it these. And then I can tell it to... Oh. Guess not. Oh, right. The padding doesn't give the image more room. I want the image to fit the entire thing. Plus a bit extra. So, what I need to do is Wrap the overlay with an overlay. Put image here. And then no, but see, this still won't let me have the image be wider. Aha, it can here. There we go. Okay, so we can do one of these, and then can I do? Yeah. There we go. Got him. So then we can make this darker, and then be like, I don't know, pretty dark in terms of the opacity, but not fully. Just gonna darken everything. Let's go here. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think. Right, it's darker. It's not fully black, which feels a lot nicer. Right, we still need to change the icon and the border color and right and all that, but that's a lot nicer. Maybe not as dark here. Well, we're getting there. .8 instead of 0.85. Okay, so now we need to put in the icon stuff. So icon is a variable. Icon background variable. We should be able to just grab basically this stuff, copy it. Hey Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You have a question? The answer is 5. Thanks for asking. General game mechanic question, and it might sound a bit silly because they're both the same thing, but just different approaches, but here it goes. So the answer is, does it matter? Based on the information provided, I can honestly say then it doesn't matter. I don't know, I need to know the question. Let's just flip these two around. Okay, just do one of these. I need to clean this up. I don't like a mess of wires. I need this cleaner. This is better. Still not perfect, but it's better. Oh, the border color doesn't need to be a exposed thing anymore. Because we just set it here. Off of the get icon background color. Okay, what do you got? Current mitigation system use armor that acts like a percentage calculation. So let's you so let's say you had 2,000 out of 5,000 armor. How, question already immediately becomes why is there a value that is a limit on armor? How's that limit calculated? Well, let's continue already. Yeah, 40% damage reduction plus whatever general damage reduction bonus you have. And it works, but you're thinking of changing it to instead be levels, where each level grants 30% reduction for 20% vulnerability, depending on what level you're at. Level 0 is neutral, default damage taken, resistance. And the flip side is weakness, which gives... yeah. Which one sounds better to implement? Armor or resistance levels? The question is wrong. The question of what is better to do incremental incremental levels of armor and vulnerability versus like percentage-based armor vulnerability, and which one is better to implement is the wrong question. What you should be asking is, as a player, which would I rather have? Don't think of it as which one is easier to implement. Don't think of it as which one you'd rather implement. As a player, you're playing a game. What is easier and more intuitive for you, and which one would you rather have in the game? Would you rather have it be levels, or would you rather have it be percentages? Now, many games use percentages, but that doesn't mean you can't have levels. But if for the game you're playing, it still makes sense to do the same kind of percentages as other games, maybe like Path of Exile, then you do that way. Or if you're doing not so much like intricate numbers, then maybe for your games, levels is completely fine. But you have to think of it from the player point of view. As a player, what would I rather have? Hope that helps. It doesn't answer the question, but, right? It kind of does. Ooh, that, hey. I think I don't like the background color, but I like the border being the same color. That's nice. I think I can go with slightly bigger text. Play around with slightly bigger text. Oh, why is this on light? Oh, it's because it's using this font. This might be. Oh, why is this 40? Oh, it's because it's card description. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I don't want card description anymore. That's not a thing anymore. Keyword description is what I was looking at. This might be too much. Honestly, it's not that bad. Honestly, pretty good. Ooh, the description should probably be on top of whether or not it is active or not. The description should be on top of the darkened layer. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I need to make it so when we highlight a different one, it needs to remove that description. But that's much nicer looking, I think. So let's go to you. Find you. This is the only place we do set description visibility. Oh, where do I do this? I don't think I need to do this for each loop. Can't I just hide the horizontal box and just it takes care of it? Or rather, the vertical box? Because technically speaking, armor is more consistent, and the levels would feel more akin to Monster Hunter now you think about it, which is not exactly the vibe of the game. There you go. So now, because you've figured out as a player what makes more sense, you now know what you need to implement. Easy peasy. It answers your question. Oh, it's because... Oh, I see. Why? It's because I'm adding them, and then I'm setting the visibility. Okay, fine. We'll do it the way we were doing before. The answer is keep it as is. If that's the way you have it, then yep. in general, I recommend that approach to like any questions that you have from the game. If you're thinking about like implementing, like, do you implement A or B? Just think of it like from the player point of view. Would player A or B want that or enjoy that? You're not going to get that correct every single time, but right. Never think of it from the point of view of what is easier to implement or what is better to implement from the developer point of view. Hello, progress today on Projectile System. You were able to remove the dedicated hitbox proxy and instead facilitate an array of proxies so you can put any number of hitboxes you need it to be. Nice. Good job. There's something else I wanted to do. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Oh yeah, the background color here. I think I want it to be maybe this more beige color as well. Is there any way for me to get that color? Yes. Got the color. It's a little off. It's a little off. Is it a little off? I feel like this was a little bit brighter, that one. It's almost there. Maybe I'm just imagining it because it's denser of text here compared to here. I'll just slightly adjust it from here though. I think it's not quite right, but okay, there we go. I think that's better. I could make the border a little bit thicker as well. Make it like tiny bit thicker. Like a single pixel. Like one singular projectile X hitboxes simultaneously update the position, so it should be less intensive on spawning. Because the previous method was spawning one actor per hitbox. But now you can spawn one actor and have X hitboxes. I mean, it depends what you're doing, right? If you're spawning like an attack that goes in every single direction, yeah, I mean, moving components is less expensive than moving an actor and a component. Although I don't know, maybe not. It depends, I guess, on what it's doing, the actor. But yeah, theoretically. As long as it works in the end, right? Yeah, that's a little bit better. I think that little bit of extra is nice. I almost want like an I want a dark line almost like now on the inside here. Like I almost want like a line right here, like a thin line, but like at that point, I don't know. I don't think there's any way of me getting that. Mm. Like, it's so weird. Like, I've changed the color of the outline on this, but yet if I turn off the border below it, oh, well then it's fine. Wait, what? Okay, so I don't need the border below it. Okay, 1 second. Outline, make font outline. Okay, well that's why I'm not using it, because it's such a pain in the ass to adjust. Okay, that's why. What I could do though is make this 0, padding of 2, a border of 1, and then make this like so. And then make it like not as intense. I did it. It wasn't that hard. I think that reads a lot better. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Moving components, anything you can do yet? If it's going off the different directions and doesn't have a homing, then yeah. But as it stands now, you can't. Sort of logic would probably still be 1 actor per projectile, although this is giving you an idea. That's what I do. I just have every projectile be 1 actor, because then I can have every projectile have homing and everything else. Because yeah, otherwise it becomes a pain. But I use only one hitbox per projectile. I don't need it to be like I have no reason for a projectile to be multiple hitboxes. I haven't run into a scenario where that's a thing. It almost looks like a little drop down there. Okay. So let's make it so when we move away, it needs to turn off the hover. Which I believe I have under where's the event graph? I need to close a bunch of these tabs. I just go here and just close all their tabs. On the select card. Oh, here we go. Deselect card. So here, I need to turn off high keyword descriptions. Ooh. Okay, and then on hover, I need to check if keyword description is on. Right now, you're using it for stuff like orbiting a character? Oh, like, I'm doing that a little bit differently. So, for example, I have this stuff. And I even have it working with collisions. I like it. But this is all components. So it's it's all just adding components to my character. So there's not even an actor that's attached to me. It's just based on a components. Hey Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Goes off of any collisions. Obviously, if this was an enemy, then what's it called? If this was an enemy, obviously they would just hit. But yeah, how'd you get to work with collision? That's wild. Yeah, this is an old one, an old setup that I did. So, hey, God's Happy New Year. Welcome in. And go to sleep. Is it just a spring arm? Yep, you got it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm attaching a spring arm, and to the end of the spring arm, each one of the balls is a separate actor, I will say. So each ball is an actor. So that way each ball can have its own logic of being like hitting an enemy, and going invisible, regenerating and all that. And otherwise, it's spring arms attached to basically a scene component, and I'm rotating the scene component, which rotates the spring arms, which rotates the actors because they're attached to all of them. So, yeah. You're at the beach at your girlfriend's family house. Day 5 will be back home. Wait, you're at the beach at 1 a.m.? Or do you mean like the house is like a beachfront property? Because it's 1 a.m. where you are, I'm pretty sure. I assume it's a beachfront property. I'll quickly pull up that ability. You're not at the beach right now, although you could, because it's hot AF. Yeah, it's summer where you are. I'm sorry. Oh, dear God. Just close all of these tabs. There we go. So this is the orbiting orbs. This is the ability that I just showed. So here, I'll show it again. So this ability, where it has these floating orbs around me that interact with collisions and everything. So this here is basically set up by first having spring arms, and this is just making it a clear start every time I make changes to it. And basically I check how many am I adding, and then based on how many I end up adding, it goes ahead and creates a spring arm component, and based on how many it adds, it places them at a different angle. So that way they're all kind of around me in a circle, and then adds them to an array, sets the length, and then it attaches them. It attaches them to a scene component on my character. And then onto the actual spring arm, I then spawn the actor that is the ball, and I set up the things for the ball, and I attach it to the spring arm. So basically, I spawn in spring arms that are attached to a scene component that have actors at the end of them. And at the end of everything, it then starts a timer. And this timer is extremely complicated. It is just rotating it by a certain amount of by a certain degree every 0.01 seconds, so 100 times a second. So it's nice and fluid. Will the tree leaves materials get a wind effect, or is that too busy for style? They could. It's not something I care about right now because it doesn't change the gameplay. But yeah, down the line, you know, assuming I even stick with these trees, they could. But it's just gonna be a world position offset if I do that. It wouldn't be very complex. But that's for later. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I think we're good with the descriptions. Oh yeah, this part. So this needs to stay on the new one. So you need to turn off from this one, and then on hover it needs to turn on. Right? Did I not plug that in? I think I was started to. Oh no, I did. It should go here. False. Why false? Our card. Oh, I'm not setting card descriptions visible, am I? I'm doing this, but I'm not doing the. I'm not setting it on the game mode. Oh, I see. I do have a set card descriptions, but I'm just not doing it. Let's find out if I am anywhere. Hey, Ellie, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. How'd you learn to do game development? You want to learn, but there's so much. I started by following tutorials. I just went on YouTube and I'm like, okay, let's follow some tutorials. Let's try some stuff. And I'm like, okay, I want to do X thing for my game. Or like, I want to learn how to do X thing. And I just did it. So like, I'm like, I want to learn how to do inventory systems. And like, I watched like 3 or 4 different tutorials on inventory systems. And then I followed like I did them myself, and then I modified them, and then at the end, I even said, okay, for what I want to do, right? I want to do something a little different, so I had to change the entire setup. I used the original IDs as a base, but then I changed the entire thing. So basically, when you follow tutorials, right, you want to either build on top of it, or just use it kind of as a reference for your own thing. You never want to just follow and then be done. Follow and build on top of it, or, you know, implement it somewhere else. And that's how you learn. You just do like, okay, I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to do, and how do you do animations? How do you do attacks? How do you do like just physics stuff? You know, you just one thing at a time. That's all. I think what I need to do is here. Get game mode. This is show, so this is on. And this is off. Oh, but on hover, I don't want it to turn it off. I wanted to turn off from the card, but so let's do a input of a bool. Let's just say on card only. So as long as it's not on card only, we do this. And then in the event graph on unhover, we turn on card only. So now here, if I right click, I have it, and then I move away, it turns off. But why did it still not? Why is it still? Wait, set card external visibility if it's visible and preview mode? Why is this a thing? You think you could make two-story house that would be in a gated community? Like you're taking a nice house? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Make it in what sense? Hey, could I model something? Yeah, I could model something. Could I take pre-made models, make a BCG graph for it? I mean, depending on what kind of setup you want. Like, model, yeah. Yeah, I'm an environment artist. Yeah, I can model. It's what I started with. There we go. If I want to turn this off, right, let's turn it off. So let's see about this working with controller. There we go. Now, what happens when I send? Ooh, so when I send it up, it turns it on for everything. Ooh. This is what I was worried about. Okay. So what we don't want to do is do this on construct. I want to add the keywords, but not generate them. You know how to make a game multiplayer? Nope. My game single player. Okay. Good. And if I send it, I don't like that flash. There's nothing I can do about that flash. Well, yes, I can. I would need to rework the system. The reason it's happening is because I'm regenerating all the cards when I really don't need to. I should just be setting the values for that card specifically. But yeah. That's for down the line. It's fine. Main thing is this is maintaining. I can turn it off at any time. Cool. Is it a whole different level? Like it's really difficult to make a game multiplayer? Well, I mean, depends on what you're doing with a multiplayer game. I don't know. I don't make multiplayer games. I don't play multiplayer games. So, like, I know some basics of what you need to do, but what I looked up was many Unreal versions ago. So I don't know how it is these days. Maybe it's different. Yeah, you have to start with multiplayer. If you're making a multiplayer, you're doing multiplayer. There's a lot of stuff you gotta, set up for it. I like this. This seems good. And then if I did this, right. I like it. I like it. I want to test the cursed ones. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna go to the starting room. And I'm gonna throw a shop in there. Or I guess I could throw a shop in this place. Doesn't really matter. I don't know why I made it snap. It does not matter one bit. Okay, so if I come here, can't use a shop yet. I grab one, grab another. Okay, so no curse cards. Try again. Oh, here we go. Cursed. Curse card. Yeah, look at that. All right, so we have the icon of the cursed tier. It shows you which one you got, and you can always see what it is. Nice red border, frail, 30% less max health. Try and get a different one. All right, published the game yet? It's available on Patreon for like super early access. Here we go. Here's another one. Oh, it's freaking frail again. There's unstackable, frail. Yeah, right now it's only available on Patreon because it's just pre-alpha. It's prototyping pre-alpha. There you go. There's a new one. New icon. Vulnerable. I think this is clean. I like it. Easy to read. Feels a little high here.
Cease all motor functions. We have lords demand tribute.
Damn you, ad lords. Damn you. I will say, the one downside to less ad breaks, I'm drinking less. While we're here, I might as well look into fixing why can't I control this with... Huh. Something's up. When I get into it with a controller, I can't control it with a controller. We're gonna look into that. Like, I can do it after I click into the card, but obviously then that would buy it if it wasn't. So it's not selecting the card for some reason. Okay. That's fine. We can deal with that after the ads. Shouldn't be hard to fix. I also need to at some point separate out the currency from the experience, but it really doesn't need to be separated out, I guess. Because right now it's not separated out. It's just currency is like 1/10 of the experience. Or something like that. So like you would get 3,000 experience, and then 300 it'll be the currency you get from it. Make it simple. Okay, let's fix this. What's going on here? Hey, no stick drift. Not allowed. Shop. I guess this wouldn't be in the shop control. This would be in the top one. So what's going on? Desired focus to target is just left. Yeah. So I think what's happening is navigation here. So let's do stop, right. I'm going to tell it to be specifically the middle card. Stop on everything else. The middle card, left is left card, right. Right card. Stop everything else, and then the right card. Middle card, and then stop and everything else. Ooh, what happened? That was bad. I have 2 cards available to me. If I open the screen and I leave the screen, I still have 2. Go to screen, grab 1, leave the screen. I should have, it should say I have 1 card available to select. Because I can still get into the screen. Now I can't. So that icon's not appearing correctly, or not updating correctly. Why is it on the middle card there? What? Why is it being a butt? Click. Now it's fine. Why do I have this twice? Oh, god damn it. Why do I have the same card twice? I love bugs. They're so great. I love bugs. It's focusable. So what's the problem? Left. That way? Buggies everywhere. I know. No, again. If I click here. But why? Is this actually running? Why should it not be running? Oh, it's not running. Wait, am I not activating the widget? Because that'd be very smart of me. Why is there... Let's just pretend no one saw that. Let's pretend no one saw that, okay? Can we just pretend? Good job, me. Maybe you should activate the widget if you want to navigate the widget. I know, crazy idea. Okay, what's going on with the shop price though? Card cost modifier. Modify units of blood. Why was I not removing enough? let's do a print string here. And I want to know what this value is. Minus 300, so that is correct. That is the right value. Okay. So, am I doing something really stupid by, like, dividing it by 10 or something? I wouldn't put it past me. Modify units of blood. Let's go to the player. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. So then we have amount to add. Yeah, divide by 10. I wonder why it only costs me a tenth of the price. Or am I using this? Let's do it in here. So I'm doing this for when I do XP. That's not even plugged in. Wait, why do I have... Why is this not plugged in? Oh, because this used to be that I cap how much currency I get, but there's no point. I don't want to cap how much currency I get. So what I want to do here is just modify XP and then just do a divide by 10 here. That goes in here. And then get rid of this division. And now things will cost the correct amount. Okay. Right, so basically the XP I get is just a tenth of that, or yeah, a tenth of that is how much currency I get. Okay. So I think we're good. So next thing to fix is this. We can go and open it with a controller, leave this window, and still two. Right, I'll give myself one more. And then if I open it and choose one and then leave the screen, the icon's gone. Even though I can go back in here and select another one. Right. And then I can select another one, but the icon's just gone. Icon should not be gone because I still have cards to unlock. Wrong button. Why did F1 go to... I pressed F1 and it went to wireframe. That's all. Why do I have a crosshair? There we go. Nope. Yep. You know what? Just not gonna question it. Just not gonna question it. Okay, let's go to the card unlock here. Remove card from the add to discarded. Remove card from discarded. Yep. But on card selected, this might this is going to be on the parent. Okay, this is not doing anything. Great. So on card selected, ba, 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 ba. New card selection, here it is. Get current item counts. So this, where's this triggered? New card selection, it's activated here. Where are you? Okay, you're just a thing. Yeah, current item counts. I don't really need the current item counts. This is not needed. Meta item display. This should not be here anymore. This does not need to be here in the card unlock screen. Whether it's the shop or anything else, this should not be here. Killing it. I'm killing it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. So this doesn't tell me where when I update the widget. So let's go to the UI section. Widget or HUD. Okay, so I need to look at this guy. Open card unlock. Okay, so this is if it's greater than, then it opens it. It adds it to viewport. That all's fine. The question becomes, why does it disappear? Where's that set up? Store selected card. Remove cards from dungeon deck. This is all. None of this is related to that disappearing. What about? Right, all references. That's the only place. This is the only place that's being used. And set visibility. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, where's this set up? Set card unlocks remaining. Here we go. Follow the trail. We follow the trail. On card selected, cards remaining -1. It is less than or equal to, well, this equal to doesn't really matter. but then it sets it to collapsed. Otherwise, it doesn't. So what is this actually set to? Two. It's at 2. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not 100%. But I'm pretty sure 2 is greater than 0. I'm like pretty sure. I can say I know it's been a while since I've been at school. True, true, true. How is it true? The only way it could be true is if I'm doing some kind of shenanigans in this set card unlocks remaining. Okay, so what am I doing in the set card unlocks remaining? Because that's where the shenanigans have to be. So I take the cards remaining into the mount. Okay. It is not add, so it just sets it. And checks if it's greater than 0. Which it should be. Is it not getting the information through? Two, 1. That's correct. It should be going here. It should be set to... Wait. Just double check here. Yeah, it's button unlock card. Yeah. Why is it... It's invisible. Somewhere I've done something very stupid. I need to find where. It's not printing, so it's not going into the collapse section. Okay? Where did I do stupid? Only place we're using this is here. I don't get it. If I turn off this collapsed one, just entirely, it never goes collapsed. At least this will tell me if it's here in this section. No. Okay. So whatever it is isn't from here. Okay. There's the only two places. Let's define all. That's the only places where it's set, where this is a reference at all. Oh, hold on. Here. Unlock new dungeon card. Set card unlock button visibility. Yeah, visible. Set card unlock bonus invisibility. Okay, if I turn this off, I still get these, but now it doesn't go. Okay, so where the hell what is this? Where am I using this? Found the problem. Where? Here. Why is it going true? So that is from where? Why? Hey Naven, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. So I throw in 2 and I get 0. Well, there's the problem. So there's the problem. I throw in 2 and I get 0. How? How does that work? Output card unlocks remaining. How? The math isn't mathing. The math isn't mathing. $220. So it is 2 here correctly. What if I right before it outputs? Right before it outputs. Give me a print string, I get. Okay. Yeah, it's still 2. So really, this output isn't working. Refresh notes. How? What's your take on AIs generating blueprints? Like, clearly right now they cannot do anything good or production ready, but what will be the key differentiating factor between them and us humans doing it? What do you mean? What's the difference between you using content-aware fill in Photoshop and you manually bone stamping? The difference is effort and time. You'll be able to do a lot more work. What's the difference between using Photoshop with multiple layers and using old school paint with no layers? It's just a tool. It will never replace the entire pipeline. It'll be a tool. And people who are good at using the tool will do really well. I'm gonna try just remaking this, I guess. I don't know. It's not listening. I don't know, like, how is it 2 going in, 0 going out? Oh. No one's saying anything. No one's saying anything. God. Oh, I'm so stupid. Just. Hey, look, it works. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Just. Hey, look, I fixed it. It's never a problem. I have such a problem plugging things in. God. I have 99 problems, and all of them are because I didn't plug in X thing. Okay, well, this now works. And here, and just click, click, click. One day I will add in the actual tips and change the images. The time is not right now, but one day. First time always takes a while. We haven't loaded it in yet today. I don't know why the first time always takes a while. And only an editor. I feel like it's like the engine. The first time it loads during the day takes a while, but then if I close and reopen it, it's faster. It's like the cache gets reset every single time when it shouldn't be getting reset every single time. Yep, there's our build. There's our stuff. I can press R2 here and take a look at the stuff. I do probably want to add in the big preview on the screen as well. All right. So we have the big preview here, the regular cards here, but I think I want to do the same kind of big preview like I do here. Minus all the sorting stuff. Although it would be nice to have sorting there as well, wouldn't it? It would be nice to have sorting there as well. Wait. Why is this icon not appear here? that needs to be fixed. Are you changing levels when the loading screen comes up? Like, is it async loading screen? Or the one with some delay into it? I'm not sure what an async loading screen is, but basically just waits for the dungeon to be ready. And when the dungeon is ready, the player spawns, and then the the loading screen goes away. That's all it's waiting on. Okay, why is it not displaying there? Why? Okay, let's close some stuff though. Car unlock's working. We don't need the player anymore. Stats close. HUD, we're good on. We're good. Okay, keyword descriptions are all working well. We are good with you. Good with you. I'll leave this one open for now. So what's going on with the keyword stuff? That is not working because we're not running the constructions. No, oh, you know why it is? It's because when we do set card info, I unplugged it, didn't I? Add keywords to bottom is not the right thing anymore. No, that's wrong. We're not doing add keywords to bottom. We're doing add keywords. Because this is no longer at the bottom. Or are we still using this just itself? Can we kill it now? Yes, good. So now, theoretically, that should have been the easy fix. Yeah, there we go. Now it's on the... Now it's on. All right. Do I might remove I'm thinking, like, as a user, I like this stuff. I like this, but I feel like it should be here. And I don't feel like it should be doubled. So maybe I just remove it from here and I only have the descriptions pop up on the large preview. Kill it here. And we just make sure that there's always the large preview anyway on all and any place I have cards. And then we don't have to have it on these down here. We only have it on the big one. Hello, Renovated. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do you know if there's a way in PCG to cut out a part of a spline mesh? Only by making it multiple spline meshes. You can't put a hole in a spline mesh. You just have to make it multiple spline meshes. Easier to see if it's on the bigger. Yeah, that's why there's the bigger screen. It's specifically for controller support and when you're on like a smaller screen, right? So like if you're here, right, reading this stuff might be difficult, which is why there's the bigger one. So at that point, if you can't read the descriptions anyway, this stuff isn't going to be very readable either. So maybe instead of this, we kill it from all of like the hover stuff, and we only keep it on the big one. That might be the go-to. It's not sampling mesh on points, so you can cut out parts from points. Thank you. Yep, no worries. Okay. So, to get around that, we basically need to do, we still need to do the add keywords, right? All that is fine. But we're killing the, I don't know why I have a mouse sleeve and unhover, but let's just not think about that. So on hover, we're not doing set description visibility. Actually, we will, but this needs to happen specifically on the main card. So what we need to do is we probably have just enough time to do it. Let's go to HUD and iHUD. So this is under deck builder. I guess. Oh, hold on. Is it under the game mode stuff? Show and hide descriptions. It is. So actually, it wouldn't be under this because I'm storing it there, so I might as well do it there. So let's go to here. So when you do set card descriptions visible, what I want to do is, then we still need to do the reference on the blueprint interface. Okay. So we're open BP HUD. New function, this is going to be show large preview keyword descriptions. Or I guess, yeah, show is fine. Cards. It's going to be input of show. And then on BB HUD, we do get HUD reference, get what's it called? What did I call the damn? Oh, it's not on the HUD. It's the deck builder. Deck builder reference. I need to do this for all of them, but what is it called? What's in the search bar? Nope. Yeah, search bar. There we go. Large card preview. And then here is where we do the set card description of disability. Now, we only want to do this if the build reference is valid. So, if it is valid, I guess this doesn't need a show or hide. It gets the information. So, we don't actually need an input here. It just gets the information anyway. Okay, I love when there's an infinite loop detected. Set card description is visible. Why? Oh, I see. I need... Okay, fine. Let's bring back the input here. Set... large card is trying to think what the best way of doing this is. Because yeah, the problem is we don't want to do it here because this sets the value. But what I guess what we need to do instead is not do this here. Do this here. Right? Probably not right. Probably not right. Yeah, not right. Not right. Because the problem is still the fact that this still will trigger this, which triggers this. Because this, right, set card description of visibility, set card description of visibility. I need to... Oh, what I need to do is... Where's every reference of this thing? What I need to do is specifically call it on that one. Which this will do. Don't do this on hovered. I thought I removed that anyway. And then this. Show. No. I'm getting confused on myself because it's late and my brain's stopping the functionality. God damn it. Yeah, you just need to think this through. I'm setting the values, which is setting the display, but I don't want to do it on itself. That's the main problem. So I want to do it on this. This requires an input, which I don't want to use because I want to do it automatically. Because it's going to be just based off of this specific version of it needs to do something, which means this just needs to be you. And then unhovered will not do anything. It's still going to be a loop, isn't it? No. Okay. Okay. Why did it also show it on itself still? It showed it on itself. Oops. That's the only place we're doing it. Or are we doing this all? Swap card description visibility, and where are we doing this? Toggle card description visibility. The only place that that's even mentioned is here. And it's not triggered from anywhere. Huh? It's implemented here, but I'm not actually triggering it from anywhere because so oh, it's still being used somewhere. Here, on key down. Swap card description visibility. This, okay, needs to be its own thing here. Swap large descriptions. Compile. And do it specifically on this one. And then here, HUD swap. Oh, I mistyped it. I'm like, why isn't it gonna come up for swap? It's cause I mistyped it, cause I'm being dumb, cause it's late and my brain don't work. Okay, I love that it no longer works at all. Good start. Good start. Okay. It's not working on this because it was Anki down. So this is not, I need to be on mouse down. So this makes sense. On mouse button down. Left, left. Right mouse button. Oh. It's because I guess it deleted the function, but I deleted the function, but didn't do. There we go. Now it's on the big one. I need to do the same thing for these. This should still also be on hover. Needs to do the same thing for the big one. But that's okay. So if you hold left click, you something graph, it will draw a line. Oh yeah. This thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Here, I'll quickly do the deck version. Just it shouldn't take long. Just to be done with it before the weekend. I'll just snooze the ads so they don't play. This is all fine. I want to do over card scale. No. Mouse on mouse button down. Right mouse button. Toggle starting cards. On right mouse button. Why would that be what it's doing? Should be doing this. I'm gonna leave this here just for later. But also event graph on hover, we'll just do the same thing we did here. Let's see. No, this should have something. Why is it not unhovered? It's not a starting card base. It should go here. On unhovered selection visibility, that's fine. Swap description of stability here. See if I can quickly do this. Okay, so that is now good, but why did it... This might not be a quick fix. I thought it was gonna be like a quick one. All right, we're good here, and then we go here, and it's still good. We go back here, and it's bad. So for some reason, good, and then it resets when you leave. I said reset when you leave. And I don't know how it just does visibility stuff. A mouse enter. That's selection visibility. Call card selected. Set large card preview. Oh, is it because should do it here? Shouldn't matter. But it might. Yep, that was what it was. There we go. So now I keep it. It's either one. And I can turn it off. And now we don't have it. We're turned on, and it's on the large preview, which is a lot easier to read. We don't mess with the ones on these cards. But you can turn it on and off on the nice large preview. Awesome. Yay! Where's the print string? Oh god, I hit output log and now it's freezing. Where's the print string? Oh. Another plugin already set temporarily up. Okay, that's fine. I'm not sure why that's throwing on there. The HUD. Goodbye. Yay! Okay. Done and dusted. Pretty good. This is clean. I like it. We'll need to add this same. Why is that highlightable? That should not be highlightable. We'll need to add the same setup to the dungeon levels with the large preview. But that shouldn't be too bad, he says, for now. Yeah, I will need to do a little bit of stuff for that. And then I'll have to tell it to, for each one of them, update in all of these locations. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I need to do a bind. Figure something out. Not a big deal. But it's Friday, and that means that was me. We're back on Monday. Video coming Sunday, but as I mentioned earlier in the week, it is not a PCG video. It is just a first video of the year, talking about changes coming to the channel, and just in general, just YouTube channel, plans for the year, kind of things. Some questions for you guys, and just general updates. So that will be this Sunday's video. So hopefully you guys will watch and give me your feedback on stuff. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, I'll be back on Monday once I start up work again. God damn it. It's been so nice. It's been so nice. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night and a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.